There's a very interesting thing that we can do with energy to understand the difference between what we're feeling in our bodies that's physical and what we're feeling in our bodies that's actually emotionally based. Are you interested in learning about that? I'm Jill Lee, founder and director of the Energy Healing Institute. If you'd like to learn more about what EHI offers, you can check us out on our website at energyhealinginstitute.org. Years ago, I put together this energy hack for one of my clients, and I've used it ever since. This client had a lot of physical issues. I'm not going to get into the details, but there was an enormous amount of nerve pain, neuropathy in the body. There was also a trauma story. And there were lots of unresolved experiences and lots of emotions around those experiences that informed this person's thinking. As a trained clairvoyant, when I looked at this person's energy, I was able to separate, that's the physical pain, that's the emotional pain, and then I could go to work on that client's field, releasing the emotional pain, doing what I could to minimize the physical pain, and working in that place of clear understanding of what was what. And at one point, the client and I talked about that process, and I realized that'd be a really powerful tool for the client to have. Client was not clairvoyant, so I came up with a different process. What I did was help this client to make the distinguishing awareness between what was physical and what was emotional using energy sort of placed outside of the field. So you may not have a lot of physical pain. You may have a physical condition such as, I don't know, a digestive issue like IBS or Crohn's or something like that. You may have asthma. You may have any number of things. You might have a toothache. You might get migraines. Doesn't really matter. The idea is to understand how much of the discomfort that you're in is actually physical and how much of it is emotional, because it lets you do your inner work and it gives you context around how to address the physical pain. So think about your body for a second. We're just going to do this little exercise and think about your body for a second. Where in your body is there something that challenges you, whether it's pain or discomfort or, you always have stiff shoulders, whatever it is. Think about that for just a minute. And now going within yourself, imagine that out in front of you, beyond the tips of your fingertips, if your arm was out straight, you could put up a flower just hanging in space at the tip of your fingers out beyond your extended arm. You do not have to extend your arm, just where your arm would extend to. Put the flower 12 inches beyond it. Now imagine that you can take all the discomfort, all the pain, all the whatever it is that you feel, the stress, the tension, out onto that flower. And then directly to the right of that flower, put up a second flower. So now you have two flowers about 12 inches apart, about 12 inches beyond your outstretched fingertips. Let's call the first flower the physical sensations, the physical pain, the physical discomfort. And let's call the second flower the emotional pain, the emotional discomfort. So directing your awareness to the first flower, get a little bossy and say anything that is emotional related to this situation in your body goes to the second flower. And now You can dialogue each of the flowers. You can say to the emotional flower, what emotions are on this flower that are connected to the way my digestive system operates, or the tension in my head, or the migraines, or the whatever you've got going on. What are the emotions? Because what that means is those emotions are being somatized into the body. They are leaving the emotional body and they are moving to the physical body, and they are exacerbating your discomfort in your physical body. And that's work you can do to clear those emotions rather than stuff them. You can also say, for example, in your dialogue, what percentage of the discomfort that I'm feeling is represented by the emotional flower. Let's say you get 25%. Let's say you get 45%. Let's say you get 10%. If you were to subtract that emotional tension from the physical situation, would that not be a relief? It's another reason to do that inner work. So this energy hack really brings you into connection to your mind-body energy connection. And when you have access to that information, you really have the keys to healing and evolution.